Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom reviews. You see by the title below, this is on episode 8 of Tales of Zestiria the Cross, and I gotta say, this episode, everyone was full on like, best girl incoming, Edna incoming, she's the best girl, get ready for the best girl, and I was super excited to see, this character that you guys have been hyping up so much, because I was wondering, like, I wonder why everyone's saying she's the best girl, because, I mean, so far, we've met a couple girls. I like Lila, I like Alicia, and, I mean, we haven't really met Rose as much. We've seen her, she is cute, I like her character design as well, but I really haven't really been introduced to her as the other girls so far. So I was wondering, I wonder how Edna's going to be. From character design point of view, I actually really do like her character design. She's really cute, and I do see her story is pretty interesting. She is badass as well with her, like, even though it didn't really show as much her earth bending kind of abilities. So it's interesting to see now that we already have found the earth element seraphim that will be, as you saw at the very end, partnered up. She's gonna combine with Sore probably later on in the future, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure how that works, because obviously, normally with obviously Lila, it's because of the sword that he pulled out. Mikleo found that bowl, to which I'm guessing later on in the future he'll end up combining with that, as you saw by the opening. But I don't really see what is Edna's weapon. Is it something that she's gonna have to find later on, and then he'll be able to combine with her? Because obviously she is the Earth Seraphim. We also did see another one, Zavid, to which I'm not too sure if he is an air Seraphim or not, or he's going to be the one to partner up with, Sore in the future, because he kind of just disappears at the very end. So he's the main character, and he's pretty badass as well with his gun. Not too sure. He didn't really show any air capabilities, so I'm not really sure if he is the one, or if, I think in the opening, there's one other person I think that I haven't seen yet, one or two maybe, and I'm guessing maybe that might be the Air Seraphim. I'm not too sure if later on we'll show it on that, but it's pretty crazy considering this is episode 8 and we're going into introductions. You'd think normally that would be done with already, but obviously with the whole Tales of Zestiria, they had to pretty much, we're only getting into this now kind of thing. To which, so far, I do like Edna. I like her personality from what I've seen in this episode. She's definitely cute, and those times when she like flew at Sode for one thing, and she's like, oh, you can, when are you gonna stop holding me like this, and when are you gonna stop holding my hand? And at the very end, the skit thing, she's definitely pretty witty and funny. So I'm definitely excited to see more of her in the future, but I can't really get a full like reasoning for myself on loving her over the other girls yet, because I would have to wait a couple more episodes to see that, because obviously it was more of her story and showing off her introduction of her in this episode. But now that she's with the group, I'm definitely excited to see how she will her interactions, how she acts normally in combat, more combat capability kind of stuff, and see why you guys love Edna so much. But so far, I do like her character. I guess maybe I like those Emoto characters. Oni-chan, she's definitely super cute, I'll give you that. So for now, definitely I could see why you guys like her a lot. Kind of, but not fully yet. So you're just gonna have to give me some time, watch the next episode, and maybe I will start enjoying her character more and give her the title that you guys have all said, best girl. But so far this episode, it was pretty interesting to see that I expected a little bit more of Mikleo, showing more of him, though his was pretty much just he finds the temple, water temple, dives in, centipede monsters come, he finds the bowl, shoots them, voila, he's done. That was it. I expected it to be a little bit harder, but I guess considering there's only 12 episodes in this season, they pretty much had to just cut anything that made it look maybe longer, or maybe that's just how it is, I'm not too sure. But he's obviously going to be meeting up with them at the very end, as you saw by that ending. But most of the episode after that was pretty much full on Sode going to the mountain, pretty much trying to learn more about dragons and stuff. This is not the same dragon that we saw before. This is actually Edna's brother, Aizen, to which I learned a lot actually in this one as well, with the whole thing that seraphims are actually the ones, these Hellions, they're seraphims that turn into them, and that's why he can purify them. So that's actually pretty interesting. I did not know that. Is that like how all Hellions are? There were seraphims before, and then they changed into them, they're corrupted kind of thing? Or is it there's Hellions and there's seraphims, and then there's seraphims that transform into Hellions? Because they said that the dragons are a seraphim, and they can't turn back. You cannot purify a dragon. It's never been done before, even though, as you can see, Sode wants to try desperately to do that, not just because of Edna, obviously, but you see it's just how his ideals are, the kind of person Sode is, as you saw by Zavid when he killed that one Hellion. He was like, why do you have to kill him? You could have just purified him and all this kind of stuff, to which obviously you see that Sode is not at that strength level yet where he can't even, I mean, that thing is probably super strong, but he could barely handle against it. And he's like, what? How come I can't do this? Of course, Zavid comes and just boom, shoots that thing and takes him out easily, to which, you know, like I said before, it doesn't really show his element. It was just a gun blast, which is pretty cool in its own way, but still, you know, I'm wondering, like, is he really going to be a main character later on? Because he just disappears at the end, you know? But maybe they'll converge more later in the future, because he is one of the main ones that he's shown in the opening. But it just seems pretty crazy that they just show both the main show both two of the main seraphims, because there's talking about, you know, there's 4 seraphims. There's fire, water, earth, and air. And we have 3 of them already for Sode, so they need an air still yet. So I'm not too sure if he's going to be the one, or there's another character later on that's going to be shown for him. But overall, the action in this episode, it was pretty good. I liked it. We get to see Sode in his shepherd form again, with Lila kicking ass. Well, kind of kicking ass, more like he got his ass kicked trying to purify the thing. I thought for a moment, like, is he going to do the unthinkable, no one could do it before kind of thing? But of course, that's not what ends up happening. He ends up getting his ass kicked into a wall practically, to which of course Edna pops in, and you do see that even though normally a person can never turn back, you know, from a dragon, but it showed that Aizen, there's somewhere in there is still Aizen, because when he was about to have his fire blast attack Edna that was in the air, he stopped. So there's obviously still somewhere in there, he is there. So it's possible, and that's why Zavid says at the end, you know, if you ever need help or anything like that, he has a promise or something to Aizen. I guess if he ever transforms or changes or something like that, he would kill him. That's another thing. How did they even know that Aizen turned into a dragon? You had to have been there kind of thing, right? Or is it just like you feel it or something? I don't know. It kind of confused me on that point. I was like, there's no way. How would you have known? You would have to be there seeing him physically transform into the dragon, right? To know. There's no way you could possibly look at that dragon and be like, you're Aizen, aren't you? No, that's not a possibility. But maybe that's like something with seraphims. They could do that. I'm not too sure. But overall, pretty good episode. Like the introductions that we had in this one. Like the combat action that we had in this one. Definitely it was a introduction build-up episode to what's going to be coming, to which we see at the very end. It looks like there's a storm that broke down the bridge to where Alicia was planning on going. Probably a malevolent storm, as you saw by Mikleo seeing like the clouds like going all red and heading towards that one direction. So I'm pretty sure our group is finally going to combine, you know, get back together again, and we'll see more of them. And that's another thing. If we are going back to see and regroup with Alicia them, it'll be interesting to see that, since a lot of you guys have told me that in the game they actually just cut her out early and we don't see Alicia that much at all after. So hopefully they do change that. I do like her character as well. That's why, and probably see Rose somewhere along the way too. As you saw in the opening, they're fighting together, so I could definitely see somewhere along the way they meet up kind of thing there. But I'm pretty sure next episode we're gonna have all of them coming back together, meeting up, regrouping, and then I'm not too sure what's gonna go on in the next episode. That's the big thing in this one, that I don't really know where we're going with the story at the moment, to be honest. I'm not too sure what Sode's real mission is. It's something he obviously went to learn more about dragons, learn more about the world and everything, to which of course his main objective is to stop, you know, the malevolence, and that main enemy is that dragon, to which that's why he goes to learn on dragons and stuff. And I'm not too sure like where along the way we're gonna get to that point, because he's nowhere near being strong enough to take that thing out. He could barely take on that one Hellion before on the mountain, before they saw Aizen in dragon form. So it'll definitely be interesting to see where we're going to go from here, how much more character development we're going to have with everyone. Will we just kind of go through the motions while he powers up to the point where they finally hit that dragon? I'm not too sure. Like I said before, I've never played the game, so I don't really know where we're going from here. And another thing, I think someone said that there is going to be a second season, so I can't wait to see how that will end up going on, since, you know, there's only 4 more episodes in this season. So we're going to have, I don't know where they're going to go from here, but somewhere it's going to go along the way to the town maybe, and then conclude throughout what the story is going to go there, and have a cliffhanger to which then we have a second season later on. That would be definitely be interesting. But overall, a good episode. Definitely like Edna so far. Definitely like the other guy as well. Gosh, Zavid. I keep forgetting his name. It's so weird for me to say. Like, Edna is easy, Lila is easy, and then he's like Zavid. You know, but yeah, overall, pretty good episode. Definitely did enjoy it. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next ones. See if Sora gets a power up now that Mikio has the bow. And, you know, is Aizen like a main part of this story as well? Are they going to have to like actively search for a way to save him? Or is that just something that comes along later on? I'm not too sure. Just got to wait to see for these next coming episodes. But yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. So hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And all you people who played the video game, feel free to comment your thoughts, how you felt, you know, this episode went. Did it go according to how the game went? Is it better? Is it worse? Or is it just perfect along with how the game, you know, was supposed to be going on this story so far? And overall, just put your overall thoughts on how you felt about everything. And of course, anime watchers only, you can feel free to do that as well, because like I say, as always, this is a discussion. So if you guys want to put your thoughts, it's always interesting to learn and see what you guys thought compared to what I thought. But overall, that's all I really got to say, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. Really does help the channel. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So till next time, see ya.